Continuous 20 is the workout for today, and today's continuous 20 is going to be lower body and abs focused. You will need some resistance bands and a pair of dumbbells for the exercises today. I've got 5 exercises. We're doing 40 seconds of work for each of the exercises, 20 seconds to transition to each exercise, and then we go through all 5 of those exercises for 4 rounds. That's 20 effective and efficient minutes hitting lower body and abs. I'm going to walk you through the exercises I have for today, and then we're going to get right into it. So I mentioned that you're going to need an assortment of resistance bands for the exercises. Our first exercise is a banded hamstring curl. We're doing this prone, so we're going to be facing the ground, lying down. I have a resistance band that I've attached to something securely. From there, you're going to place your feet in the band like this, around your ankles, and then you're going to walk away from that secure thing you've got the band attached to, and you're going to lay down. From here, you're going to press your ribs into the ground and press your hips into the ground, and then you see I've got my elbows tucked into my side, and then I'm just going to lift up my upper body. From there, I'm going to flex the feet. I'm going to draw my heels to my butt, okay? And find where you need to be, how far away you need to be. You want to make sure you have tension. There's no slack in the band. You're going to bring those heels towards your butt and back down. Keeping a nice flex foot, keeping your hips into the ground, and this part of your rib cage into the ground, and you can just lift that upper body and up and down. So we're working hamstrings there and getting it warmed up. We want to make sure we warm up that part of our body, because next we're going into Romanian deadlifts. For this one, you're going to be using your weights, and I suggest you try to use a heavier weight, something that you can do good form with, okay? But try to do a little heavier weight. Today I've got my 25s. Setting up with feet hip width apart. I'm going to have my weights at a neutral grip at my side just to distribute the weight more evenly. And from here, we're going to hinge. So you're sending the hips back as your torso comes forward and shoulders are kind of over the feet. And back is nice and strong. Weights come to about mid-shin. Press through the floor to come up. Tuck the hips at the top. Good posture, shoulders right over hips. So it's a hinge movement. Slight bend in the knee. What we don't want to do is turn it into a squat. Okay, we want to make sure those hips go back and there's that slight bend. So you're getting that work in the glutes and the hamstrings. If your legs are straight, you're going to just focus on hams. So bend the legs a little bit. Feel the glutes kick in. Upper body comes forward, but it doesn't round. Okay. All right, so holding the weights at your sides going to distribute that weight more evenly, probably take some pressure off your low back and help you to have better form. Our third exercise, this is going to be a fun one. You need that 20 seconds to transition, so make sure you have all your equipment ready to go and set up. For this next one, we have banded squat abductions. So we're going to do a walking squat here. So I'm taking my band and I'm making a circle and then stepping into it. If you have a mini band, that's perfect, okay? From here, I'm gonna make sure I've got good tension on the band, so you might need to stand a little bit further out. We're gonna squat down, we're gonna abduct, we're gonna walk, and as we walk, we're abducting. So squat, abductions, walking. You can see it's kind of like a diagonal walk that I'm doing, back and forth, and if you notice I'm not coming all the way up, so I'm squat, get that abduction in along with your squat walks, okay? So back and forth in the space of your round, okay? That one's gonna burn a little bit mid-workout. All right, then we're gonna go back to the ground. We're gonna start hitting abs. And for this next one, we have an overhead hold glute bridge march. So taking a lighter band and attaching it to something secure, but up a little bit higher so that you want it placed higher. So with that overhead hold, that band is right up here. And you're going to create tension on the band, pull it forward, arms overhead. So what we're doing is creating good tension down in our deep abs. From here, come up and glute bridge, keep pulling on the band and march it out. March it out. You'll notice When you've got this tension over your head, it's much easier to focus on those deep abs that are working to help stabilize you, and also to get that good lift in that single leg glute bridge. Okay, so make sure you're not just holding it here, but you might need to hold down farther on it and really create good tension, lift up, and working on that balance and stability as you march through that exercise. And then the next exercise, we're staying right here, just to make it easy to transition. I'm going to be doing hip lifts, so we're working our lower abs, the deep abs, but the lower abs. So same thing, holding this overhead, and we're going to be doing a hip lift. So hold overhead, you're going to bring the knees in, lift up, and slowly lower down. So it's like a curl. It's like you're peeling tape off the ground, hip lift, and then putting the tape back down. And I like to not bring my feet all the way overhead, okay? I like to bring them straight up, because that ensures I'm working these lower abs. If I come this way, I feel like I'm taking some tension off the lower abs. So bring it in, up, back out. And you can make this more challenging by making it into a hollow body hold. Coming up and down. If you need to rest that head, just focus on lower abs. You can do that, so I'll just keep good tension here. Lift those hips up. Try to hold it at the top, and then carefully lower down. Don't let those hips just drop to the ground, okay? Those are our 5 exercises today. Should be fun and should be very effective, okay? So get your stuff together. Make sure it's ready to go, because you only have those 20 seconds to transition. Go ahead and get that band together for your squats. Set that down. And we're beginning with the hamstring, prone hamstring curls. So we're getting ready to start. Go ahead and lay on the ground. Get your feet in that band. And we're going to get started. Set my watch. All right. 20 minutes today. This continuous 20. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get myself situated here too, because the counter is only 10 seconds. Go ahead and get situated. Put those feet through. Bring yourself out. Lay down. Get the rib cage in the ground, hips in the ground. And this continuous 20 is going to begin in under 10 seconds. Beginning with our hamstring curls. We're going to flex our feet and draw our heels to our butt. Warming up the posterior, strengthening those hamstrings, very important. Great way to warm up before we get into things like RDLs and squats. And I like to stay lifted. I like to keep my upper body lifted throughout this, driving the rib cage into the ground, hips into the ground. I feel like it just creates a little more tension that I need versus lying down like this, but you're welcome to lay down if that's more comfortable. And you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take your feet out. Carefully come up. You should feel that blood flow in the hamstrings. Now we're going to hit RDLs one. Nice and warmed up. And pick the weights up when you hear the bell. Okay, we want to make sure we have good rest in between each of these exercises. Go ahead and pick them up. Squat down to pick them up. Weights at our side. Hinge and up. Send those hips back as far as you can. Feel that stretch. Make sure that you are not looking up. Keep your gaze right in front of you. You want a neutral spine, so you don't even want to be looking to the side like this. And act like you are squeezing something in your armpits too, so that those shoulders don't come forward. Okay, hips back, slight bend in the knee. Press to the floor to come up. And at the top, your shoulders are right over hips, so we're not over rotating. 3, 2, 1, squat down, 7 down. Moving into our banded squat abductions, so that band is ready to go. I'm just going to step right into it. Place it above my knees, around my thighs, and create some good tension there. And we're going to just walk in that diagonal fashion. We're coming down, we get that squat abduction in. Walk, walk. So we're staying low and low. Once you come all the way forward, take it back. Resist that urge to want to come up. to sit those hips back. Should be feeling it in the abductors. Try to keep a nice lifted chest. Woo. And 3, 2, 1. Carefully come up and take that band off. All right, now we're going to go down to the ground for our ab work. So we're taking that band up overhead, and we have the marching glute bridges to begin. These 2 ab exercises, so holding onto the band, creating good tension, glute bridge, and march it out. So this does work deep abs. It's a great core exercise, working all around. Great for posture. Create good tension on that band, nice straight arms. You do a little pullover also, if you want to do that. You can take the band to the knee. Press into the ground, lift, squeeze that glute. You got 3, 2, 1, and we can stay right here. We have hip lifts next. So hip lifts, it's like you're peeling yourself off the ground and then placing yourself on the ground 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, go ahead and create that tension overhead. Legs are out straight. We bring them in, we lift, we're holding, we slowly lower down. Send it back out. As you come up, those feet are stamping the ceiling. You can bring that band forward a little bit. You should really feel those deep abs kick in, those lower abs. Lift and down. You might not be able to lift much. That's okay. Try, when you lift, to hold it there and then carefully bring yourself back to the ground. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. From here, we go back to the top. So stay on the ground, we're going to go prone now. So put those feet in. This one probably takes the longest to set up. Put your feet in, walk it out, drop down, hips into the ground, bottom of that rib cage in the ground, elbows in at your sides, and heels go towards your butt. Nice flex foot. Try to draw your heels as close as you can. Maybe pause there for a second, slowly lower down. So do not let the band control you. And try not to let those hips come off the ground. So you're here, you lift the hips up, press those hips into the ground. Okay, drive that lower rib cage into the ground. I'm gonna work all hamstrings, so you got 10 seconds. So just make sure you're not lifting up here like that. You press down. Nice flex foot. Let's get that heel to our butt and relax. Carefully come up. We're gonna work with our weights now. Don't pick them up until you hear the bell. Okay? Woo. All right. Go ahead and squat down to pick them up and right into deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts. Sending those hips back, slight bend. And that weight comes to about mid-shin. You don't need to be going any further because then we risk rounding the back or putting pressure on the low back. Press through the floor to come up. Feel the hips come forward and tuck those hips. Squeeze, send it back. Get that good stretch. So send those hips back. Send them back a little further and squat down, send them down, set them down into our walks. Woo. Step into that circle you've made. If you got an A down, that works just fine. We're walking forwards and backwards and abducting. So pressing out on the band, pressing out on the band to work the abductors. Squat, squat. So I'm only coming up partial, so I'm not coming up all the way. So stay low. Stay low and really nice wide step. Stretch, stretch. just that urge to want to stand up. Less than 10 seconds. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and carefully come up. Take that band off and set it to the side. We made it to abs. We have our glute bridge march. Holding that band overhead. And you have the option to do a little pullover with this. Up into glute bridge, you can do a little pullover versus the just holding. Kind of like doing it this way too. Hold it there. So exhale, back down. Make sure you're not rounding at the back. Squeeze the glutes to draw the belly button down. And exhale as you come up. 10 more seconds. Great exercise for working on our stabilizers. And lower down. And you can rest right here before we go into our hip lifts. We should all be working on core exercises like this. Many times we just kind of put it off. We don't do it. All right. Save these exercises to the end of the workout. Hip lifts. I always put abs at the end. Treat it like dessert. It's always at the end, and I never not have it. A lot of times we put it off. But the core is the center. It's where we get all of our power. It helps us have better posture. Helps us do so many functional things. You know, about 15 seconds left to lift and lower with control. Keep pulling on that band. Up, stamp that ceiling. Carefully lower to the ground. Lift, hold, and carefully lower and rest. All right, back to the top. To those hamstring curls. Go ahead and set up for this one. Okay, we're putting the feet through and walking it forward and driving those heels to our glutes. I got it twisted up there. Go ahead and keep going. I got mine twisted. There we go. All right. Keep those hips into the ground. Drive those heels as close you can to your butt without lifting the hips off the ground. Maybe hold it at the top. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And carefully come out of that. And carefully come up into our RDLs. Woo! Great lower body sets here. Good combination of our lower body and abs today. All right, squat down to pick them up and RDLs. Hinging back, get that good stretch, okay? So if you're here, you gotta send those hips back. You gotta feel that stretch. Press through the floor to come up. Stabilize that upper body, create a nice tabletop with your back. Torso comes forward, shoulders come over your feet. You're squeezing something in those armpits. So those your back and your rear delts are keeping those shoulders from coming forward. And squat down, set them down. All right, we're up to our ab sets. Again, we've already made it. All right, come down to the ground. Bring that band overhead. Hold on to the band where it's comfortable for you for the tension you need. And lift up into glute bridge. And you can do that pull over if that feels better. Or if you want to create constant tension, hold that band there, hold it, and down. Press through the floor as you lift. Press through the floor as you lift. Squeeze this glute. Halfway. band really helps you understand the muscles being worked. I feel it gives us a good mind-muscle connection when we use bands. And bands are also great for helping you have better form. All right, into our hip lift. Woo. Okay, create that tension overhead. And let's bring it in. And lift, hold it, carefully lower down and out. Can you hang here for a second or two before you slowly lower down to the ground and extend? Up and out. 15 seconds. Keep lifting, keep lowering, keep that tension overhead. Stamp the ceiling. Feet are right over. They don't want to come back that way. And we're on our final round. One more round through all these exercises. Okay? Let's see if I can get set up correctly this time. There we go. Okay, walk it forward, set it down, and drive those heels towards your glutes. Like you're kicking, and slowly lower down. Up, hold it, slowly lower down. Lift the front of your body. Keep those hips into the ground. Flex that foot. Drive it towards your glutes. No lifting the hips. Yeah, lifting the body helps me keep my hips into the ground. 3, 2, 1. Carefully come out. And carefully come up. RDLs. RDLs, probably my top exercise for glutes and hamstrings. Top. All right. Squat down to pick up the weights, and up, and RDLs. Take it back. This is one of those exercises that folks don't quite get right away. So making sure you have that good form so you can get the most out of the exercise. You can imagine your hips going back to hitting a wall. Okay, you can imagine yourself hinging at the hips. So you're not turning it into a squat. You want to have that nice slight bend. Upper back's nice and strong. Bring in that torso parallel to the floor. Press and up. And then we're going to squat down, set them down so we don't, right? Be aware of what you're doing at the end of the exercise. All right? Proper form when we pick up and sit down too. Okay, go ahead and get into that band for our squat walks. Create that good tension. And we're down. We're going to squat, abduct, abduct. Walk. Stay low. Press out on that band. As if you're in the abduction machine at the gym. It's right above your knees. Breathe, breathe. Resist that urge to want to stand up. Let's fight through it. You got 10 seconds. And come on, 3, 2, 1. Carefully take that off and come to the ground. Let's finish out this workout with some abs. Like our marching glute bridge. Holding onto that band, we don't want any tension here. Lift up into glute bridge and bring it up. Bring that knee up. So we don't want to be here. Here. See, we don't want to be here. Here. Okay? Get yourself in line. Up. Lift. Keep those glutes lifted the whole time. Don't drop down. 20 more seconds. Exhale as you lift. Draw the belly button down as you press into the ground. We got 10 seconds. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, let yourself rest. One final exercise today, hip lifts. I love these hip lifts for those lower abs. Strengthening the lower abs where most of us are weakest. Go ahead and find that tension. Legs out straight, bring them in, lift it up, stamp that ceiling. Lift, hold, lower with control. If you're in the gym, these are great to do from a bench. You can set the back of the bench up on an incline and do these holding onto the bench. 10 more seconds, so lift and lower with control, hold it, lower with control. Keep tension on the band all the way through for 3, 2, 1. And let go of that band and carefully roll yourself up. And let's come to standing. Heads to the last to lift. Arms overhead. Breathe in and out. Deep breaths to finish this workout. And 3, 2, 1. And done for today. Excellent workout using different types of equipment. Like I said, bands are great to incorporate because they do help us have better mind-muscle connection as we're going through an exercise, because there's constant tension going on. And if you notice in the ab exercises, you might say, oh, I've done those glute bridge marches before, or I've done hip lifts before, but never really felt it. The band actually helped me get a better range of motion, and I really felt the muscles I needed to use for that. Same thing with banded pull-ups. Love those. We must have missed something somewhere in the workout, and I apologize if we did. I think we might have missed one exercise somewhere along the way, and I apologize if we did. But yes, if you don't have bands, highly recommend getting them, especially for at-home workouts and for travel, okay? Excellent thing to have on hand. All right, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you for our next continuous workout.